be a new low for the New York Times. I mean, to not include in their article a very pertinent, I would say the most critical fact to this story, that the woman in question denies knowledge of it, refused to go on record in the book because she has no recollection of it, that there's no firsthand knowledge of anybody else who was at this party at the time. Nobody can say that they witnessed it. To not include that fact, I mean, do they think that's journalism?
Yeah, well, exactly. You say it's a new low. I guess it is, but they hit a new low every day, it seems like. So it's hard to even keep track anymore. I think, and this should be. This is a big scandal. The fact that they covered up this piece of information should be a huge scandal. This is journalistic malpractice, everything. But we've gotten so used to this from the media. We've gotten so used to them being so hyper partisan, so dishonest, that we look at what they did to the Covington Catholic. We look what they did originally with Kavanaugh. I mean, maybe not the New York Times, but there were media. I don't remember what the New York Times did with this, but there were major, supposedly professional media outlets that ran with the Swetnick allegations. You know, Julia Swetnick claimed that Kavanaugh was the ringleader of some roving band of gang rapists terrorizing, the Washington D.C. area in the 1980s. And there were media outlets that just reported that. It was clearly insane, but they just went with it. So we're so used to it now that in a way, it makes it so they get away with it, because they do it so often now that all we can do is wag our fingers and then move on to the next thing. That's the way it goes now.
Well, I think too, many of their readers at this point, or many supporters, many Democratic supporters, don't care that these allegations are false. They think that the ends justify the means, meaning they're willing to lie, they're willing to smear, they're willing to assassinate the character of, a good man in Brett Kavanaugh, because they feel like that's justified because it protects their sacred cow, abortion. They don't care how low they have to stoop in order to protect abortion, which in my opinion is what all of this comes down to. I mean, all of these different Democrat 2020 presidential contenders who are calling for impeachment, they're only doing this because they don't want conservative Supreme Court justices or constitutional Supreme Court justices. And the reason they don't boils down to one thing, and that's Roe v. Wade and abortion.
Yeah, and you wish that they would just admit that, but of course they can. That's what I'm talking about. But for them, they are so. Abortion for them is a sacrament. Abortion for them is their entire religion. So if you are a threat to that, then all bets are off. I mean, look at what they're doing to the Center for Medical Progress, Dave Daleiden over in California. They're trying to put those people in jail for exposing Planned Parenthood. They don't care. They're going to take you down if you go after abortion, or if you're even perceived to be a threat, because like I said, we don't even actually know if Kavanaugh is a threat to Roe v. Wade. I'm kind of skeptical that he is personally, but the very idea that he might be is enough reason to try to take him down and call for impeachment. And it's completely insane.